What if the world you live in is still controlled by empires that never truly fell? Not with armies, not with crowns, but with systems, invisible systems. Because empires didn't disappear, they evolved. And once you see how they were built, you'll start noticing them everywhere. From ancient kings to modern billionaires, the rules of power have always been the same. Control resources, control people, control the story. This is not just history, this is a blueprint used by rulers, conquerors, and the wealthiest minds in history. Today, we uncover how empires were built to control the world and why they still do. Section 1. The first empires. Control through resources long before money. Power meant one thing: land. The earliest empires didn't begin with gold. They began with control over food, water, and trade routes. If you controlled the river, you controlled survival. If you controlled the roads, you controlled movement. And if you controlled both, you controlled people. Ancient rulers understood something simple: people will follow whoever feeds them. Empires like those of Mesopotamia and Egypt didn't just grow randomly. They were engineered. They built irrigation systems, stored surplus grain, and then controlled its distribution. This created dependence, and dependence creates power. Because when survival depends on you, rebellion becomes impossible. Section 2. Power of perception. The God-King strategy, but control over resources wasn't enough. To build a lasting empire, you must control belief. Ancient rulers didn't just act powerful, they became symbols. Gods on earth. Pharaohs were not just leaders, they were divine. Kings claimed their authority came from heaven. And this changed everything, because when people believe your power is sacred, they stop questioning it. They obey, without force. This was one of the greatest strategies ever created. Not control through fear, but control through belief. And even today, this strategy still exists. Only now, it doesn't look like religion. It looks like branding. Section 3. Expansion. How empires scale power. No empire stays small. Growth is not optional, it's survival. Because the moment expansion stops, collapse begins. Empires expanded in 3 main ways: war, trade, influence. War was the fastest. Take land, take resources, take control. But war is expensive, so the smartest empires turned to trade. Trade created alliances, opened borders, and built influence without bloodshed. But the most powerful method was influence. Control how people think, and you control how they act. This is how empires scaled without limits. They didn't just conquer land, they conquered minds. Section 4. The system. Real power is invisible. The greatest empires in history shared one secret. They built systems that worked without them. Because true power is not in ruling directly. It's in creating a structure that keeps running, even when you're gone. Think about it. Laws, taxes, currencies, institutions. These are not random. They are tools designed to maintain order and control. Once a system is accepted, people enforce it themselves. No king needed, no army required, just rules that everyone follows. And this is where empires become unstoppable, because they no longer rely on a ruler. They become permanent. Section 5. Money, the ultimate tool of control. As empires evolved, so did their tools. And nothing changed power more than one invention: money. Gold was once the standard. Whoever had it had power. But gold had limits. It was heavy, hard to move, hard to scale. So empires created something new: currency. Not backed by strength, but by belief. And this changed everything. Because now, power was no longer physical. It became psychological. If people believe in the system works. And those who control money control everything: trade, labor, opportunity, even time. This is why the richest empires were not always the ones with the biggest armies. They were the ones who controlled financial systems. Section 6. Information. Control the story. Control reality. There is something more powerful than money: information. Every empire understood this. Even before technology, control the message, and you control perception. Ancient empires used messengers, scribes, and monuments. They told stories of greatness, of divine right, of unstoppable power, not because it was always true, but because belief shapes reality. Fast forward to today. The tools have changed, but the strategy is identical. Media, news, social platforms. These are modern empires of influence. They don't need armies. They control what people see, what people think, what people believe. And that is the ultimate power. Section 7. Modern empires, billionaires, and system builders. Today, kings don't wear crowns. They wear suits. Modern empires are not built on land alone, but on systems that scale globally. Technology, finance, supply chains. The most powerful individuals don't just own assets, they own networks. And networks are the new kingdoms. A single platform can influence billions of people. A single decision can move entire markets. This is not accidental. It's the same blueprint, just upgraded. Instead of controlling rivers, they control data. Instead of controlling roads, they control platforms. Instead of controlling gold, they control capital flows. And the result is the same. Power at a massive scale. But here's what most people miss. These modern empires are built for speed. They expand faster than anything in history. A startup can become a global force in years, not centuries. Why? Because digital systems remove physical limits. No borders, no barriers, just scale. And the smartest builders understand leverage. They don't rely on effort, they rely on systems that multiply results. Algorithms replace armies. Automation replaces labor. And influence spreads instantly. This is why modern empires feel invisible. You don't see the structure, but you feel its impact every single day. Section 8. Why empires fall, but no empire lasts forever. History proves this. Every empire eventually collapses. Not because of enemies, but because of internal failure. Corruption, overexpansion, loss of trust. When systems become too complex, they break. When leaders become disconnected, they lose control. And when people stop believing, the empire falls. Because belief is the foundation of everything. Remove it, and even the strongest system collapses. But collapse is never sudden. It happens slowly, then all at once. And warning signs always appear first. Debt increases, control weakens, confidence fades, and instead of fixing the system, leaders try to maintain the illusion of strength. But illusions don't last. Eventually, reality catches up. And when it does, the fall becomes inevitable. This is the cycle of every empire in history. Rise, expand, dominate, decline. The pattern never changes, only the players do. And the most dangerous phase is when an empire looks the strongest, right before it breaks. Section 9. The real lesson. Power leaves clues. So what can we learn from all of this? Empires are not random. They follow patterns, predictable patterns. And once you understand them, you start seeing the world differently. You realize that power is not about force. It's about control. Control of resources, control of systems, control of perception. And the most powerful people don't chase money. They build systems that generate it automatically. Section 10. Applying the empire mindset. This is where everything changes, because this is not just history. This is strategy. If you want to build wealth, you don't think like a worker. You think like an empire builder. You don't trade time for money. You create systems. You don't chase opportunities. You create leverage. You don't focus on short-term gains. You build long-term control, because the ultimate goal is not to work inside a system. It's to own one. Empires never disappeared. They adapted. They evolved. And today, they are more powerful than ever. But now you see them, not as history, but as patterns. And once you see the pattern, you can never unsee it. Wait, the question is no longer, who controls the world? The real question is, will you always be part of someone else's system? Or will you build your own? Subscribe to Kings, Empires, and Billionaires for more cinematic documentaries on wealth, power, and legacy. Because the past doesn't just teach us history, it reveals the future.